Your hair looks really long.
Really? Thank you. I
Yeah.
guess it does look kind of long. I was thinking it's pretty short, but oh, you can't really see it. But there's like part of my hair. Oh yeah, can you kind of see like that gap?
Oh yeah, the hole in your hair.
Yeah, where'd it come? Where'd it go? I don't
Is it
know.
like your layers or you're just
I mean, this part is cut shorter, but it's like there's just a part in the after it that's like missing.
oh yeah, you just are missing a chunk of hair.
Yeah.
I know. You need to just keep eating meat, I think. For those who don't know, Chrissy was vegetarian for a long time, and I think that really compromised the integrity of her hair health.
My body still hasn't recovered. But
Well, I mean, my hair grows so slow. I feel like your hair probably grows slow too.
yeah, I don't think I had great hair to begin with. Well, I never ate meat, so that actually could have been the problem the whole time.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's possible.
Well, because it's like if you're going to be vegetarian, that's fine, but you just have to be really, really good about making sure that you're getting all of those nutrients that you're not getting from food, from meat food.
Yeah, 6-year-old me was not good about that.
Yeah, no, she wasn't. She was just being very reckless, eating
Eggo.
macaroni and cheese and Eggo waffles exclusively. Yeah.
I'm amazed I made it this far.
Honestly, me too. Have you been using that argan oil on your hair?
I was, and then I just ran out of it. And then I'm too cheap to buy more. I might buy more. I did like it.
So I bought some because I saw you using it. I was like, I can't like let you upstage my hair game with your hair game. So I got some, and this stuff is amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. What differences have you noticed?
I feel like my hair is like not nearly as dry at the ends, especially because like I colored it for a little while there. And then because my hair is very thin, I think like yours, it's very fine. So it's prone to breaking. So it feels like a lot like stronger looking. It's less frizzy. It's been
Yeah.
great.
Wow.
But it was only $7 on Amazon. So I don't know why you should buy some.
Well, okay, so the argan oil I had, someone gave it to me. So I really had no idea how much it cost. It just looked like I wouldn't want to buy it.
I thought it was expensive too. And maybe all that's in there is olive oil. And that's why it's like scented olive oil. Um, but I bought some on Amazon, the same exact one, and it
Oh.
was like $7.
Oh yeah, I could afford that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, I'm sorry. 8.39 on at Target.
Gosh.
I know. Maybe that's out of your budget now.
It kind of is.
All right.
I'll go back to my canola oil.
Well, I was gonna say you could go to the side of the street, maybe stick a little tin cup out and see if people will give you $1. Oh, no, you can get it for $7 on Walmart.
Yes.
Hmm.
Back in my price range.
Yep. Yeah, so you should buy some. I think it's good for our hair types.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Have you ever
Hmm.
used coconut oil?
I tried doing that at one point. And I did not, my hair did not like it.
Oh, really?
I don't know. It was like too thick or something.
Yeah, two weighted.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't actually really used it, but I've heard a lot of people like it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coconut oil is a little harder too because it's like it has a
Solid.
low, yeah, it goes solid at a high temperature. So
Yeah.
it's like if it's not hot enough, I feel like it just turns into like clump.
It does. And I knew it was hot when in the summer, this summer, all of our
Oh,
coconut oil was it was all liquid all the time. And I was like, well, this is
oh my gosh.
I know. It was too hot.
Oh my
That's our
God. So,
standard.
so did you like that Bookalicious teaser that I made?
Oh, I loved your Bookalicious teaser. I thought it was so funny.
I thought it was so funny too, and no one else did. No one on the internet, none of our friends, nobody. I'm starting to think that you and I think we are so funny and so entertaining, but that's it.
Candy and I have had regular conversations about like, are we just conceited because we like listening to ourselves so much? Or are
I
we
think,
actually good?
yeah, I think Well, because I'm the only one I've been listening so many times, I'm like messing up our numbers. Oh, why don't we go over the numbers on this pod? And if they're
Ooh,
really bad, you can edit them out.
the big reveal.
The
Well,
big reveal.
okay, so Candy and I were also talking before this that I have tried to get myself off of social media as much as I can because I just don't really have any self-control. And so if I have it, then I'm just going to check it all the time. But even though I don't post anything, I still do check it, but a little bit less now. So that's good. But basically, whenever there's something that social media like, where like something changes, I'm like, I gotta check it. Like Wordle every day, I gotta check it. The fridge, I gotta check it. Our Spotify numbers, that's a new thing I've been checking every day. So,
Oh, what do you mean the fridge?
you know, like you just open the fridge. Okay, that's not really one as much because it doesn't change that often. But don't you ever just like open the fridge and you're like, what's in here? And then you close it and then you go back.
Okay, so I used to do that as a child, but now that it's like I purchase my own food and I know what's in there, I always have like an inventory stock in my head. I'm like the Alexa myself. I already know. 3 cheese sticks left. I've eaten 2. 1 cheese stick left. Got to get it before Andrew.
Internal monologue.
Yeah. Andrew wasn't raised like us, where it was just kind of like fight to the death for good snacks. So he will let his snacks just die in the pantry. They go stale.
Barbaric.
I know. I think the worst crime committed is a snack left uneaten. And so I'll make sure that they're all gone. And he'll be like, where are my Cheerio snack things? And I was like, they were 6 months old and I ate it. And he's like, what? You didn't leave it? And I was like, no, it had to be consumed. So now I just let it die.
Oh, wow. That's a big change.
I've changed a lot since childhood. I'm an evolved person now. But okay, let's see the numbers.
Okay. Alrighty. So things are
Oh,
looking.
share your screen.
Oh,
I
yeah,
want to
I
see.
can share my screen. Okay, should we do any predictions? That might be dangerous.
No predictions.
Okay, no
That's gonna just set us up for failure or being upset.
disappointment.
Plays per episode, 8. That's
On
me.
average. That's you.
So one person plays it 8 times.
That means each episode's been listened to 8 times.
Oh, okay. Yep. All right.
Okay. Audience size,
Okay.
7, which
Pretty
means
good.
seven individual people
Oh,
in the last
okay.
7 days. So this number, maybe it's been 7 for a while. But
Okay.
anyways, yeah. So 7 individual people. And we have 8 Spotify followers now, which is quite a few.
Wow. Can we see who they are?
No, there's some privacy
Oh,
things. But what our audience might not know is that we have all of our listening stats, which we were looking at last week. And honestly, we can deduce a lot of things since there's only 8 followers and 7
I know. I messaged my friend and I said, "Did you listen to the episode? Because I have someone between the age demographic of 35 to 45 who lives in Marietta, and there was only one person. Was that you?" And she said, "Yes."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that was Lex. All right, who's in Atlanta?
Well, okay, so out of our Georgia people, 95% of our listeners are in Atlanta and 5% are in Marietta. You might
Okay.
be 95%.
Yeah, because I've listened to everyone like 7 times.
I think
Okay.
that's probably what this is showing.
Yeah, I think so.
And
Okay.
we know Andrew hasn't listened to it, and Josh hasn't listened to it. Our dear husbands.
Yeah, I know. And no one from Mercury has listened?
No, no one. We've sent so many advertisements over there.
Oh my God. So I didn't know this, but Spotify lets you know by planet how many people are listening. And we have none from Mercury or Venus.
Or any of the other ones.
What if we did?
I don't know what I would do. If a number showed up there.
You know what? We go where the audience is. And if they're aliens in Saturn or Jupiter, that's who we have to cater to.
They get our humor.
Yeah, they get it. Okay.
All right. So 100% are on Earth, 100%
Okay.
in the United States,
Yep.
65% are in Georgia.
Yep.
And of that 65%, 95% of them are candy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then 26% are in Texas.
Okay.
And we have a few different places. We have Fort Worth, Addison, and Grand Prairie. Man, this just might be a total like evasion of privacy. Like someone's listening to this and they're like, I'm that person in Grand Prairie. There's probably only one. That's 13% of the listeners.
Okay. So I'm assuming it tracks by your account, not where you're listening. So like if you were driving around Texas, you would only count for Fort Worth because that's where you live.
I don't know, actually. I think so. I would imagine so.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I think that tracks.
I think that would be right. Yeah. Because that would be really sad if it was just you and you were driving around Texas listening. And then that's why it seemed like more people. Okay.
That would be sad. Okay, and then 10% are from Colorado, and we have our faithful Broomfield listener.
Wow. I think that might be Casey.
Oh, I was wondering who was from Broomfield.
Yeah. Hi, Casey. So glad you listened. Hopefully you gave us a 5-star review, which we know you didn't because it was me, Mom, and Chrissy who gave the 5 stars. So
yeah, we
can
only
do that now.
I feel like we're outing ourselves and we haven't been marketing and we have 8 listeners.
Okay, by we, I think we mean you. I've been hitting the pavement.
That's
talking
true.
to every person I know saying, listen, listen, listen. And everyone's told me we don't like the book and it's boring. And I said, well, listen anyway and give me a 5-star review. So
that's what they say. So like they tried reading the book or they started listening to our podcast and they're like, not into the book.
I don't know. I need to follow up with some people, but my basic takeaway is that a lot of people are just really not into the high fantasy and the genre is such a turnoff.
Yeah, I could see that. And like this book's really long and we're asking them like if you're getting into the podcast to listen to what will be 20 hours of content, which is kind of a commitment.
You know, I don't think it's a commitment at all, especially if you're my near dear friend, but it does seem to be it does seem to be a big ask.
I'm giving you the gift of my podcast. You can wrap up like a QR code or something.
Oh my God. Yeah. So I thought if I took to the streets of TikTok that, you know, that would be the place that we need to be. But it didn't work out, but we'll try again.
Yeah, I think we should target the Reddit people again. Like get people who have already read Elantris. I think that would be a good demographic.
So I will let you know, I posted the teaser on Reddit and I got thumbs down. They don't want me to do that anymore. So I know. It's looking dire for Bookalicious.
Oh no.
I mean, it was one person who gave me a thumbs down.
But no thumbs up.
But no thumbs up. So the people have spoken. I don't think Reddit wants us to be hawking our wares there. So
no more interaction with the post about the podcast.
I made the post and I did get 5 thumbs up. So I was like, okay, that's enough. 5 people. That's pretty good. And then I did the teaser and I got a thumbs down and no thumbs up. And I was like, okay. And I don't want to, blast the subreddits with our stuff. So
I get it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
I know. We're going to have to come up with a new marketing strategy.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if our title is appealing to the male listeners because 100% of our listeners are female. And I'm wondering, maybe Bookalicious isn't what the men want to listen to.
I think it's probably because I've been only asking my girlfriends to listen.
That's probably true.
Yeah. I think we need a bigger sample size than 6 or 7. We need to clear out all of our friends that we've been asking. And once we get, I don't know, 100 people and once we don't know all of our listeners, I think that's when we can ascertain if the name is alienating or not.
And if we get an alien, then we'll
we'll definitely know.
Yeah, we'll have some interesting data.
Okay, so I need to have access to these additional parts ahead of time.
You do. Yeah.
So that I can start listening and making the teasers for them.
Yeah, I need to give you the login info.
Oh, okay. Yeah, give me that.
Yeah.
And maybe also cut this up so it's not so long, because that's the other note that I've been hearing from a lot of people, that it's too long. And I was like, but we love to talk, so I don't know.
Oh, I don't know what to cut. It is all quality.
Yeah, so maybe go with a heavier hand in cutting some of the dialogue.
Oh, okay. So our episodes are too long. I mean, they are pretty long.
They are pretty long.
Okay.
It doesn't stop me from listening to it 5 times, but
apparently it's a turn off for others.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. My thought is we're almost done with the book. We'll be done with it in a few short episodes. And then our next book will likely be shorter. Won't be fantasy.
Yeah. I would think so too. Yeah.
It'll be a more current book, so we might have a wider audience.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of these problems might kind of fix themselves.
You know what? You're right. Let's not change anything.
Let's not listen to the people.
Yeah. Forget them. Who cares? All right. You ready to get started?
Oh, always. Okie dokie. Welcome to Bookalicious, a podcast where 2 sisters chat about books we're reading. I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Candice.
And today we are continuing, once again, our series on Elantris. And I have a confession.
You didn't read it?
Well, I did read it. I read up to where we said we were going to read like an episode or 2 ago.
Okay.
And I never read past that point because I'm like, well, I don't want to know what happens next. So when we're talking about it, I'm still kind of like, not.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I have 3 chapters left that we haven't discussed.
Oh, okay.
So I've read until chapter 41.
Okay.
And I saw Candy sent me a message this morning that I didn't really see until just now that said, let's read until chapter 48. Or the
chances of us getting through 10 chapters is 0 anyway, so don't worry about it.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I was like, 3 chapters is probably pretty good, but they're pretty short. But I don't doubt us.
I know. I also forgot something to talk about.
Oh, tell us.
One of the people who listened to the podcast, which was a guy, maybe he was listening on his wife's phone. But he said he couldn't distinguish the 2 of us. And I'm wondering if part of the issue with the podcast is we're positing it as 2 sisters talking, but it just sounds like one crazy person talking.
You know what? I could honestly see us being able to talk to ourselves for an hour and a half.
I could too. I was like, well, the negative one is me. And the happy one is Chrissy.
But with Elantris, we're both positive.
Yeah.
Candy said that like he couldn't believe it.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get started. So we have chapter 38.
I thought this was leading into we need to talk in a disguised voice.
No, we already decided that we don't take anyone's feedback. We're going to ask for it and just ignore it. So
yeah, that is the move.
Yeah.
That's how to have a successful podcast.
Yeah, that's the Bookalicious way. We ask for your feedback and then we discuss it and completely ignore it, even if it's good advice.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
All right. So on that note, we are on chapter 38. Yep, chapter 38. And this one is also called Ian, which means wisdom. And a whole lot happens in this chapter because it's a Sarene chapter. And in this chapter, Sarene and Royal are going to get married. And not only that, they're getting married in the same room where Iadon just had his funeral. because they want it to be a seamless transition and they don't want any second for Duke Tellery to be able to run up there and sit on the throne before Royal can. So they're having it all together. But as this is all about to happen, this guy Senelon, who is the priest from Sarene's town, he comes in and he has a blast from the past from Iadon's like message or like will kind of that he wrote before he died.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so that kind of shakes things up a little bit. But not only that, as Serene's about to walk down the aisle, she has a surprise waiting for her. And it may or may not have to do with Hrathen.
Yes. So Senelon, that's how I would say it.
That sounds right.
Senelon, he's basically the counterpart to Hrathen's Pope guy, the Wern.
Yeah.
He's just the Pope of the Carethi religion. And he is like described as kind of like a fruit, a very what do you call that?
A fruitcake? Like he's wacky?
No, like a guy who's very like flamboyant. Like how they used to describe in the olden days.
Fruity could be the word. Yeah. Or flamboyant.
Yeah. Flamboyant. He's very flamboyant and he has like he's very young and handsome. And I don't know if it's in this chapter or the next one, but you find out that they basically picked him because the Wern was elected as Hrathen's Pope and he was very young and vigorous. And so then Serene's church was like, we need a hottie too. So they got their own Justin Trudeau and they elected him.
And now he's here. But Serene's never been a fan of him, right?
Right. She's always been like, he was just picked because he's a hottie, and I really don't respect that. And she was not impressed.
Right. Yeah, I think that came up on our last episode. She said some less than positive things about him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but do you want to start with the first part? Iadon is having his funeral.
Oh, yeah.
Going to be married.
I didn't highlight anything until the tail end of the chapter.
Oh, really?
So I didn't find any like good quote unquote like quotes.
Okay.
It just felt like a lot of storytelling. So I think you should lead this front half.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, I'm trying to find where the first group was. Okay, yeah, so the chapter opens up and Serene's talking to Lucal, getting ready for the wedding. And then they see that that Sanelon's coming. And so Sarene goes out there to, greet him because she's like, well, this is like what I'm supposed to do politically. And there's this great line describing Senelon. And it said that his face bore the benevolently tolerant smile of one who wanted you to know he was patient with your inferiority. I just like that line. I really didn't have anything else to say about it. I just thought that was so funny.
Yes. So this is how he's described. The patriarch was a tall man with delicate features. His golden hair was long like that of a woman, and it blended with the enormous gold cape that fluttered behind him. The blue robe was embroidered with so much gold thread, it was difficult at times to see the material underneath. And then that goes into the line that you highlighted. So yeah, so I feel like he's described as very like handsome, flashy.
He reminds me a little bit of how Ken was in Toy Story 3. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes.
Like has his fashion shows and he like comes out in his like fancy attire, all sparkly.
Yes, that's exactly it. And there's another line about his hair. Senelin said, his luxurious hair untouched by gray, waving in the sea wind. Sarene had wished many times to have locks half as fine as those of the patriarch. So you can so this is all through Serene's perspective. So you can tell she just is just like, this guy. Gross. He reminds me a lot of Telray.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, like
how
his wealth, maybe.
really into like the fashions. Like Telri was incognito and he was wearing like silvery lavender.
Yes.
And he was like, I'm like, Gronk or Kronk from Emperor's New Groove.
Yes.
And he's like, doo-doo, doo-doo. That's how I'm imagining Telri, but he's just in this like super lavender look at me outfit. And so this is just reminding me of this Pope.
Yeah, totally
Fenelon.
oblivious that he's making such a huge scene. Just
Yeah.
well, yeah. Okay, so that's Fenelon. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and sorry.
So the line on the other part where I was talking about the reason why they picked him is because he's a cutie. I have to give them being Hrathen's people a bit of credit. Wolfden, that's the Wern, is said to be one of the most handsome men to ever take the Vajordal throne, and the Karathi leaders wanted someone who would be equally impressive.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So that's why she's just like this guy. He's whatever.
They're just because of his looks.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So then, yeah,
So now we're done. I think we're pretty much done with the introduction of Senelin, and now we're at the funeral, I think, is the next section.
yeah. Okay.
So Iadon, he is dead, like, because he not only killed himself, which I think is usually looked down upon in many religions, but he was found to be worshiping the Jesker mysteries and sacrificing people. He's just totally died with like a lot of dishonor. He's not allowed to have his funeral in any religious setting. He's not allowed to have like his quote unquote like proper burial. So that's why they're kind of doing it at the palace.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So now it's starting to describe Serene's wedding, and she's like, her whole life she's been wanting to get married, and now she's like, all right, well, I guess I'll get married to Royal. And I think we talked about last time where it's like she's really just doing this because she has to. She's not super excited, but she's, she'll do what she needs to do kind of thing. And now when she's looking at her wedding, it's like happening where this old guy was just buried or,
Mm-hmm.
at his funeral. And she's like, that was depressing. But Royal's like, no, no, it's symbolic because the old king is passing and then the new king will be right in the place. And she's like, I guess, but it's like not very nice. And then maybe this comes up later, but it talks about how like cheap Duke Royal is, and
Yeah.
which I think is so funny. And also, I'm like, there's something hidden to Duke Royal because if he really has that much money, I feel like he wouldn't be this frugal, or like there's something we don't know about him. But because he's so cheap, he's reusing the same flowers from the funeral for their wedding, which is just terrible.
You know, after re-listening to our podcasts 5 times, I was reminded that you have been suspicious of royals since day one.
Yeah, I was reminded of that too, and I said, "Good job, past Chrissy."
Yeah, so you're sticking to that. And so I think there's a level of cheapness versus frugality. And I think in this world where it's like how many dollars you have at the end of the day is who's in charge. I would say this airs more on the prudent side,
That's fair.
but
Yeah. Okay, but speaking of that, so during Iadon's funeral, Fenelon comes and he totally crashes it.
mm-hmm.
And he's like, hello, everyone. I know you just met me, but I have an important message from your late King Iadon from 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote this letter to be revealed either at his funeral or 15 years from when he wrote it. And the scroll says that now the nobility should be run like they are in Teod, where wealth is no longer the measure of a man's nobility, but those who have held to their rank this long have proven themselves worthy. So basically, now wealth isn't going to be what makes you, in power or not, But
Hmm.
starting from this moment on, if you have power, all of your spots are frozen. So now there's like no mobility,
Yes.
which somehow seems even worse than it was before. And it was already a bad system.
Well, and it's confusing because everyone's like, wow, genius. A good plan if an unconscionable one, Shuden said. Perhaps we underestimated Iodin's craftiness. And I'm like, this sounds like a terrible idea. If
What?
you die suddenly, now there's a new rule and you already have chaos and now you're changing everything up at the same time. I don't know.
Well, I thought he was saying it's a good plan because now all of Iodin's family is gonna like stay in charge.
I don't know. I feel like if I were part of the nobility, I would be frustrated.
Well,
Where
yeah,
it's like, you're like, oh, I was sold on this hope that, anybody could be anybody. And it just depended on how hard you worked and what investments you did. And then there was like the kill switch that nobody knew about.
right. I
And
mean,
it's like, what?
I said, I mean, yeah, it's terrible the way he did it and what it does. But as far as him keeping his family in power, I think it probably gets the point across.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, I think this would make the already kind of shaky political landscape that they're on even more reason for people to revolt.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone else seems to think it's very smart. And I'm like, this seems like not a good idea, but that's okay.
Okay, question. Do you think, well, okay, I guess you've already read the book, but I'm a little dubious that I don't know. I just I don't know. Maybe did Cenelon make this up? He was somehow in cahoots with Iodin. Do you believe this letter? I don't know.
It seems it does seem very convenient
Right.
that the Pope guy just comes in and he's like, hey, nobody knew about this except for me and him, and this was what it said, and here I am.
Right?
I think it could go either way, but I'm inclined to believe that this was Iodin's intent because I don't think he ever created this system with the intention to allow people to ever take his throne.
Yeah.
And I think that's how like classical dictators start. They're like, oh, I was elected and every year I get elected. But if you don't vote for me, you suddenly are blown up or your family's killed. So, and then everyone votes for me. So I just feel like it's one of those types of things.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I could see that. But also, like, have they had a good relationship with Teod? Because Sarene like negotiated that whole great deal between Teod and Iodin.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they were on fine terms. I don't know. It just seems suspicious that Iodin was so close with this priest from Teod, who wasn't even the same religion.
No, he is. He's Karathi. They share the same religion,
Oh, Iodin was Karathi?
technically.
Oh, okay. Like
But
in
he was very wishy-washy about it. But in general, that's what kept Tiad and the town connected.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That
that's
was so the Pope just happens to live in Tiad. That's where his Vatican church is.
oh, I see. Okay. Okay, well,
Um, but it does feel kind of weak. And I feel like I think there could be a lot of nobility who would be like, I don't know if I believe this and have civil war. you know,
right. Well, okay, but there's a line though where I forget who says it. Maybe it's Royal or maybe it's someone else, but they say do 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 do.
it's Serene. She says, because he's absolute. Like, why him? Shuden asked. Like, why does Senelon have to say it? Because he's absolute, Serene said. Not even Harathan would dare question the word of the patriarch. Not yet, at least. If Senelon says that order was made 10 years ago, then everyone in Arlon is bound to agree with him.
Okay. Yes. And there's a line where and then Royal responds, let's see. Okay. Royal has thing somewhere though where he says the legality. Okay, so Serene's asking him like, okay, but is Tellery gonna stick with this? Like, I don't know. And Royal says he'll have to. And then he says the legality of Iadon's declaration doesn't matter. Everyone is gonna act as if it were church doctrine. So yeah, for some reason it seems like people are just gonna accept it, which is weird.
Yeah, I think that might be an overplay on Royal and Serene's part because they've been downplaying all of Hrathen's work that he's been doing.
Okay.
And Hrathen's been slowly dismantling people's religion.
Oh yeah.
And it's like he's absolute as long as you believe in the religion.
Yeah. So you're saying that maybe they're a little out of touch with what the people actually think.
I think so.
Might be an uprising.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Okay. All right. So that whole bomb just drops, but they still have to carry out Iadon's funeral. Also another big part of this, Sarene and Royal are getting married. And so this statement, even though it's like very disruptive to what they thought was going to happen, it strengthens their claim to the throne because Royal will now be connected to Sarene. And so that gives Tellery even less power to take the throne. So yeah, so that happens. Then they're having the whole funeral procession, and there's this line where I was like, oh my gosh, Sarene. They have a carriage processional, and apparently from where Serene's from, you're supposed to like walk, but they've turned it into carriages. And the idea is like the nobility, like we're already trying to do this whole maneuver where Royal becomes king all of a sudden. We don't want to upset them anymore by making them have to walk, so we'll just have carriages. And Serene's like, that's so disrespectful. But then she thinks, well, why worry about disrespect? This is, after all, only Iadon. And I was like, my gosh, how rude. That's terrible.
I know.
But my prediction at this moment was that Sarene is going to find out later that Iadon isn't that bad. And she's going to say like, oh, actually, he was pretty okay.
She does have like one moment of compassion where she's like, was it any wonder that he turned to the mysteries? Basically being like, Iadon's life was spinning out of control. Elantris fell. He tried to make the best of it. He was trying to make a new kingdom, create some semblance of order, and he was just trying to get some control over the chaos that was the town.
Right. That's true. She does have that moment.
But then she just throws in the last bit of dirt and she's like, I got to get married now. And she never thinks about him again.
Oh man, so she doesn't have this big character development.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right, but yeah, she gave him her 10 seconds of thought, and then yeah, now she's done. Also,
she's like, I gotta get married.
Yeah. I got a kingdom to overtake after I've been here for 2 weeks. Also, side note, Royal was in charge of planning the funeral, and instead of digging a new hole for Iadon, he used a hole that was already there.
Yeah, you could imagine there was like a crater in the earth, and he's like, oh, perfect. All we have to do is fill it up now.
So that's him. Okay, but now we're done with the funeral. Serene's getting ready to be married, and
time out. I just thought of this. There is a little bit of I don't know what you call it, parallels between Iadon and Raoden.
Oh.
Because Raoden, even though he did have like a big funeral, but that wasn't really his funeral. He was just thrown into Elantris with no pomp or circumstance. And Iadon is just tossed into a hole and covered up.
That's a good point.
So, yeah. Okay, that's it.
Okay. Yeah. I like that though. Sad end.
Yeah.
Eshen's probably struggling. I don't know what she's thinking. No one's
Eshen. Sarene mentions that Eshen is like a nutcase. She's just like all over the place, which I think has to do less with Iadon dying and more of just the instability of what's going to happen to her.
I mean, yeah, because her new daughter-in-law is gonna overtake the throne and hasn't mentioned anything to her, which was a little rude.
You know what? Ashen's worried about what are the flowers looking like in her garden, I guess.
Oh, Eshin.
Oh, Ashen.
Okay, all right. So we ready to talk about marriage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Serene's getting ready, and she's like, "This isn't what I thought it'd be. It's kind of a bummer I'm getting married, actually, but I
Mm-hmm.
guess my prayers have been answered." And then she says, "Now it appeared Domi had finally answered her prayers. He delivered her a husband, though he was not at all what she had expected. Perhaps," she thought to herself, "I should have been a little more specific." Not, oh, Serene.
I don't know. I feel like she almost would have been happy with Royal because she's like, there was no bitterness in the thought. She had known most of her life that she was meant for a marriage of policy, not love. And then she said Royal really was one of the most decent men she had ever met, even if he was still old enough to be her father or her grandfather.
Ugh.
And I'm like, is he really one of the most wonderful men that you've met? Because like we've already had a lot of instances of him being gross, but
I know. Well, she said decent, not wonderful.
okay, fair. And
So
maybe she knows a lot of not very great men. So on the list, he's higher up.
yeah, I don't think she'd be super happy.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Um, the only other point that we should highlight is that they talk about what she looks like, and it's just like a very stereotypical American church dress. But she had a really thick veil, and it couldn't be lifted until she entered the hallway.
Whoa, convenient.
Yeah, convenient. But that made me think of an allusion to the Bible with Leah and Rachel,
Oh, interesting.
where you have the guy and he's getting married to the one girl. He thinks he's getting married to Rachel, but they were like, oh no, let's put in this troll Leah and cover her up so you can't see. And then when she's married, we'll be like, too bad. But anyway, it just made me think of that.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting. I didn't think about that. But yeah, yeah, it's kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, also, okay, so I had another note with Serene and Royal. So this is actually at the end of the funeral before she's getting ready for the wedding.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Serene is looking at the pit that Iden's buried in and having all these thoughts. And then Royal comes and he's like, "Hey, we should get ready, Serene." Then Serene nods and allows herself to be led away. And I thought that was interesting because it's so passive and she's not the one doing the leading. Royal's the one leading her. And I thought, this is not going to be
Mm.
a good marriage. I can already tell. This is no good.
Oh, interesting.
Ah, I know. So I was having cold feet for Serene in this moment because I'm like, this is not going to be good. You can't do this.
Yeah, yeah. She needs to be someone who has like independence and authority.
Yeah,
She can't be number two.
she can't.
Mm-mm.
No. Yeah, she should not be a great number two. But my
Oh,
prayers were,
go ahead.
what were you gonna say?
Nope, go for
Oh, I said, but then my prayers were answered because
it.
I was wondering, I was like, she can't marry Royal. She has to marry Raoden. Is Raoden gonna like break up this wedding and say, like, wait, stop the train, everybody? And like something like that will happen. But no. Serene, when she's getting married, she
Wait,
okay,
there's more.
okay. You say
I have lines
oh,
before
okay.
that.
Say it.
Um, so this was when she did like a little church ceremony before she goes down the aisle. And that's when she was like, I should have been more specific. This is what I underlined. Um, so her prayer was one of thanks. She recognized a blessing when she saw one. With Royal as her husband, she would be queen. And if Domi did decide to take Royal from her in a few years, she knew the Duke's promise was true. She would have another opportunity. And I was like, that's so weird to be thinking about. Well, I only have to do this for a little bit.
I know. See, it's not a good marriage. This isn't how it's
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be.
Yep.
Right?
Okay. So now take us away.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Do
Did
you
we
have the line before that starts?
I think so. I think so.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So now we're back at the wedding. She's
Yep.
about to walk down the aisle.
She's
And
walking down the aisle.
oh, okay, yeah. She's walking down the aisle. Oh yeah, and she's seeing everybody. So she's looking at everyone who's there.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bjorn was there, her Athens there, and he
Mm-hmm.
appeared so calm. And she thought that was a little strange because this wedding was going to be a major obstacle to all of his plans. But she's like, you know what? I can't think about that right now. This is the day I've been waiting for. I'm getting married. And it says it was finally happening. After all the waiting, after 2 near misses, she was truly going to get married. At that thought, both terrifying and vindicating, she raised her veil. And the screaming started immediately. Oh,
That was such a good line. What did you think was happening there?
I think when I saw the screaming, I was like, oh, maybe she's an Elantrian. So I
Yeah.
think at that point, I maybe thought that.
Mhm.
But I didn't see it coming. I thought that was really good. I like
Yeah,
that. I like that plot point.
I like that too. I didn't, when I was reading it the first time, I didn't see that coming either.
I know.
So everyone's screaming and she's just like, what? What's wrong? And then all her hair falls down and then she runs to one of the mirrors and she looks and she's a hag. They're like, you're ugly now. You can't be married. Just kidding. She has the Shayad. They're like, you are an Elantrin. And they probably think it's because she was spending time with them. They probably think she caught it.
Maybe. I mean, that's not what happened to Harappan.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You know, I don't know. Maybe they think that though.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, okay, so she's now she's hideous and then she's gonna get like thrown over into Elantris on her wedding day.
Yeah, they're like, sorry, you can't be married. They kick her out.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. You know what? When she took off her veil though, she's looking at herself in the mirror and all of her hair is fallen out. And it says only a few fugitive strands of hair still clung to her diseased scalp. Does that remind you of when I was like 4?
Yes. So we started with hair and we'll bring it back.
Like
We
in
started the pod talking about our hair.
like you mean at the end of the episode, or right now we're bringing it back?
Oh my God. Okay. We started this talking about the argan oil in our hair and how your hair is missing a patch and how it's because you didn't eat meat and that's why it's so thin. And now you've brought it back.
Oh. I thought you were saying hair was going to come back again at the end.
Oh, no, I'm just saying we're just doing a reference. But when Chrissy was little, her hair was very like Gollum-like and like thin and straggly. Again, I think she wasn't getting enough proteins. It's much better now,
Candy.
minus the patch.
Yeah, part still hasn't growed yet. But the part I was specifically thinking about was, this is a tangent, but the story Candy used to tell me when I was 5.
Oh my God.
And we were like grocery shopping. I was just sitting in the cart like a 5-year-old, and Candy would tell me stories. And one of her favorite stories was about Princess Chrissy, who was a beautiful who was a beautiful princess who everybody loved, and she could do no wrong. And Princess Chrissy had long, flowing locks of hair. But there was an evil queen who lived nearby, Candy, and Candy came in the middle of the night and I cursed Chrissy or something so that all of her hair fell out except for one strand. And so then Chrissy woke up the next day and she was hideous and she was thrown out of her kingdom, which is actually very similar to Sarene. Maybe that's why you like this story so much. Like,
Oh my God. I could have written it myself. That's such a
Lie.
cruel thing to say. As a little kid, what did you think about that story?
I thought it was so funny. I remember thinking it was funny.
I mean, I think it's funny too. I had forgotten about that story actually.
I think you were saying it in a funny way, so I was laughing.
Yeah. I'm positive I meant it as a joke. but it was inspired by true events.
What is that? Art reflects life or something.
Yes. Mhm.
There it is.
There it is. Okay, so that puts a close on chapter 38. Chapter 39, we're just getting a quick touch on Hrathen's perspective.
Yeah. I thought he had some good lines here, though. Yeah, so my only summary for Hrathen, and this is again in the wisdom chapters, is the last part of the last part of the wisdom chapters. And my summary is sad for Hrathen.
Sad for Hrathen?
Yeah, okay, my summary was sad for Hrathen. What would your little three-word summary be?
Oh, yeah, because I guess because he's like, all these people are upset that Sarene, when she fell to, yeah. Okay, I guess that's true. It is sad for Hrathen. Because Hrathen, he's like, I became an Elantrin and nobody cared.
I know.
Yeah,
I
that was
know.
kind of sad.
Right. And Hrathen is surprised. He says, Hrathen was surprised to realize that he took no joy from their sorrow. Why was he bothered that no one had shed tears at his own fall to the Shayad?
Mm-hmm.
I know, he doesn't have friends, and he's realizing he's not even happy that his plan is working because everyone's so sad.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely torn. The line that I underlined was more on the political aspect. So Royal wouldn't crown himself now. Not only did he lack the legal right, but his fortune was still less than that of Tellery. Hrathen had checked the wedding contract. This time, death was underlined not the same as marriage. So the only reason why they made this not the same as marriage was because the intent was that Royal would die and then Sarene could get remarried because her dream is to be married. But if she had just given up on that dream, then he would have already been married and it would have been done.
Would he have been married since they hadn't gone through the ceremony?
Yes, because...
Oh, yeah, because Sarene and Raoden were married.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
So it's like, once again, Sarene's desire to be married is just causing these issues.
I want to blame Sarene's desire to be married, though, on all of this. I think that's reasonable.
I don't know. It's just, to me, I'm just like, this girl, it's like, just let it go. Just have a boyfriend. Call it a day. I don't know. At this stage of the game, it's happened 3 times. Like, come on. I don't know. What? Anyway.
But okay. I guess that's true. Yeah. Could have been avoided.
Yeah. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Okay. So now do you have anything else for chapter 39?
Yeah. So the one last part is that Tellery was like, hey, Hrathen, you said I was going to be king. How's this all going to work? And Hrathen's like, just have faith. And then as Sarene is like screaming and is being carted out of the palace, Hrathen looks at Tellery and Tellery is like, yes, thank you. And Hrathen thinks, let's see. Oh yeah, Tellery gives him a respectful smile. And Hrathen had told him not to oppose the marriage. And then he says, now his faith will be rewarded. And so this is all kind of part of his way to convert the town, make Tellery king. And the chapter ends with the conquest of Erelon was almost complete. So,
yeah. So we also see a quick line that the potion would only work or the potion would wear off in 5 days.
Oh, right.
So that's just good for our timeline. So we know that all the preceding chapters are within the next 5 days.
Wow. A lot's going to happen.
Yep.
When's tax day? Do we know?
I think we're probably about 6 weeks in. And they had a 3-month ticker. So I think they're about halfway.
Oh, okay. So there's still some time.
There's still some time, but I think time starts moving a lot quicker moving forward.
Yeah.
So this next chapter, chapter 41 or 40, is pretty long, I think.
It is?
Oh, no, it's not.
Yeah, it's pretty short.
The Sarene chapter. When it gets back to her, it gets long. Okay.
All right. Yeah. So we're on chapter 40 now. Oh, I didn't write the chapter title for this one.
Oh, yeah. We need to know that one.
Yeah, we gotta know. It's our new cycle. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this
loyalty service. Sorry, I'm cutting you off. You
Yeah,
say
very good. Yeah, so the chapter is called Seo, which means loyalty or service, and is the same as the word Seon,
it.
which is that's what the little floaty things are called, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, it's just kind of interesting because our last two chapter titles have been Wisdom, which is Ian, which
Mm.
is Raoden's Seon, and the one
Mm-hmm.
before that was called Ash, which is Serene's Seon. And now we have the chapter title
Oh,
Seo, which means like Seon. So
interesting.
yeah, I don't know what that's for, but that sounds, I don't know.
Maybe once we're done, all of these sequences will make sense because I don't really see how. I guess this last sequence was about wisdom because I guess Iadon quote unquote had wisdom to change things up, and Harathan was having wisdom to poison Sarene, and
I guess so.
I guess you would call that wisdom. Cunning more, I guess,
Yeah.
than wisdom.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, maybe we'll need to look back and it'll all make sense. So we're in chapter 40, which means Seo or loyalty. And in this chapter, Raoden is still having his pain episodes. But now he knows why they're coming, so they're not as bad. And then he's walking out to the wall of Elantris to see what's going on outside the city. And then who gets dropped in? None other than Sarene. And so now they're both in Elantris as Elantrians. And Raoden's like, whoa, cool. But Serene's like, I still don't trust you. You stole all the food.
Yes.
The end.
So I didn't highlight one thing in this chapter.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I didn't really get that highlight a lot of things. The main thing I highlighted was that at the end of the chapter, they Spirit is like, or Raoden is like, hey, well, give me another chance because I'm not as bad as you think. And then it ends with, eventually she reached out her fine, thin-fingered hand and placed it in his own for the first time, allowing him to pull her to her feet. And I just thought that was so sweet. And also, I don't know if, I forget if I had mentioned this in the last chapter or last episode, but one of my predictions is that the door needs both of them to go through. And so them holding hands is like, I don't know. I think something will happen there.
Yeah. So I mean, Serene's definitely in Elantris, not just to make a connection with Raoden. I think that's obvious. I would say to the reader, like something else is going to happen. But I guess this is like the first time where they can see each other and just be who they are.
Yeah.
Although it is weird because Spirit is like, just trust me. Like, I won't fool you again. Take my hand. And Serene's like, okay. But then it's like he's kind of lying to her this whole time.
Oh, he's not telling her who he is.
Yeah. And to me, I just get so frustrated because I'm like, just say who you are at this point. She's here.
I feel like that's coming though. Like I feel like in the next chapter, it'll come. I mean, I don't know. That's the feeling I get though.
Yeah. You've read chapter 41, right?
No, this is the last chapter.
Oh, that's the last chapter you read.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I really don't know what happens next.
Oh, okay.
Does a lot happen?
Yeah, a lot happened. It's a Serene chapter. It's like another 15 pages.
She's got to meet everybody in Elantris, become their queen.
Yeah. Oh my God. She has to take over Raoden's group that he's amassed. And she's like, I'm in charge now.
Oh my gosh. Although there is an interesting parallel because Royal had it said that she allowed herself to be led away by Royal, and this chapter ends with allowing him to pull her to her feet. So
look at you, smarty smart.
I mean,
yeah, that's a good line.
I know, right?
Good. Okay, well, since you haven't read forward anymore. There's a lot of plot that's going to happen in the next couple chapters.
Oh,
So, what do you think is going to happen with Sarene and Elantris?
okay. I think Sarene is going to have some special knowledge about drawing aeons that she's going to be able to bring to the table. And she
Okay.
might kind of have some of that because I think she like went to school and like learned a lot of stuff in Teod. So I
She's
think,
very educated.
yeah, she's very educated. So I think she's going to bring some of the missing pieces to this whole puzzle that'll help them uncover more of the door and maybe start making things happen or at least get closer. I also think Rayoden's definitely going to reveal himself. And then they can start working together because Sarene knows what's been going on the other side of Elantris. And of course, Rayoden knows a lot of things too. And also Sarene has the benefit of like not actually being an Elantrian. So she's not going to be harmed in the same way. And she's not trying to get used to hunger all the time and stuff like that. So that's probably going to be a benefit. Oh, I bet they're going to sneak out of the castle. Or sneak out of Elantris, maybe, and do something. I bet that.
Do you think Sarene is going to try to contact the people outside while she's in Elantris?
Oh, maybe she could use her Seon.
Oh, that's an interesting thought.
Maybe.
Because she's not really an Elantrin.
Yeah, she's not really an Elantrin. Her Seon, Ash should still be sane. I imagine he could follow her, and he's been to Elantris.
Yeah.
So
he has not seen New Elantris, though.
Yeah, he was a bad spy.
He's not very good at
it. I bet they yeah. What if she contacts her dad in Teod and she's like, oh my gosh, look, this is what Elantris is like. And then he does something, sends people in. I could see maybe.
Okay, do you think Sarene's going to be able to put it together that she's been poisoned? Or do you think she's going to believe she's Elantrian?
No, I think she's going to realize she's been poisoned because Rayoden's going to help her put it together because Hrathen had this miraculous recovery and Rayoden never really believed it. And so he's already suspicious. And now Sarene comes in and Rayoden's going to notice that she's not hungry, more than the normal, and she's not getting hurt. And he's going to notice that she's a different kind of Elantrian. And I think he's going to tell her like, hey, you're going to get better in a few days. They'll need to find her food though, because she'll actually need to eat. So that's something.
Let's see. What else could you guess about? Do you think she's going to tell? So since Rayoden, you think he's going to reveal himself. Do you think Sarene will tell him about the king?
Oh, I think so. I think because I bet Rayoden will ask for an update of like, hey, what's been going on out there? I think she's gonna tell him.
Okay.
And she might even tell him that she was about to get married to Royal to secure the throne.
Do you think Rayoden will be upset about that?
I think he'll be kind of sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they didn't actually get married. So yeah.
I think these are all good guesses. I'm trying to think of anything else I could ask you for predictions. Because that was actually a really good spot for you to stop at. Because like a lot of plot is happening in the next chapter.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you think Hrathen and Delof are going to do now that Sarene's been exoed?
Okay. So I think Hrathen might be able to gain a little bit more power because also that would just make it more interesting because he's been pretty on the side so far. So Hrathen and Delof definitely need to get more power. I did have a prediction from listening to our episodes and editing them that's new. And that prediction is that Delof, okay, so Delof is from Duladel, right?
No, he is from the town.
Oh, okay. Oh, so then my prediction was that actually he is from Duladel.
Oh, interesting.
And Duladel was a place that Hrathen had taken over the last time, right?
Yep.
Okay. So my prediction is that Delof is from Duladel. He was there when Hrathen was taking it over, but he somehow escaped and made it here. And then he is like working against Hrathen because Hrathen destroyed his hometown. And he's also showing Hrathen like this is what happens when you take your ideology too far.
Oh,
yeah. And like
that is quite interesting.
Oh, sounds like maybe it's a good guess.
I think it is a good guess.
Whoa.
So when I was listening back on the episodes 10 times, you highlighted that one of the chapters that we went through, Raoden had a scratchy throat, and
Yes.
Sarene kept mentioning that her uncle has a scratchy throat, and you're like, there's a connection.
Yeah.
So just to revisit, you probably haven't given it any thought, but if you give it thought now, what do you think?
Well, it hasn't really come up again, other
Mm-hmm.
than I think Raoden's scratchy throat happened when he was in the river.
Mm-hmm.
And what does Uncle Keen do again? He's like a trade.
Mm-hmm. He's a tradesman.
So maybe it has something to do with the river and maybe the river water. Oh, because okay, the water is definitely important. Because that's what happens to Elantrians when they die, they like dissolve in the water or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe the water is the crucial thing they're missing in their garden.
Oh,
It's not just the
interesting.
soil, it's also
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and the water maybe is part of what the door gets through or is part
Mm-hmm.
of like, the magic of Elantris,
Mm-hmm.
but it gives you an itchy throat because we're kind of allergic to it.
Oh, curious. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um, okay. And any updates on Uncle Keen's son,
Aiden.
Aiden?
Aiden's a little water god. He's given all the power.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about Aiden, but I don't know if his numbers are four. I'm sure that's important, but I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? What if, okay, because he knows like how many steps it takes to get to Elantris or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I bet maybe the whole city is in the shape of an Aeon or something.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And like that's how the magic gets through or something. And it's very
Mm-hmm.
exact. And he knows the exact dimensions because he knows all the exact steps to get from one place to the next.
So if the city was in the shape of an Aeon, because they do talk about how the sides are very smooth and they do talk about the walls and the shape a lot, what do you think that would mean with the magic?
Oh, well, I guess maybe that could be the shape that the door needs to get through. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't know. I'm just elaborating on what you said with what we already know.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that could be it, but that would be a little strange just because I don't think the shape of Elantris has really changed. So that wouldn't be the difference of why the
Mm-hmm.
door can't come through.
Yeah.
So, but that could be part of it. But also, I'm looking on the back and this Aeon for Tia, which means transport, it's two perfect circles with four quadrants on the inside.
Interesting. That does kind of sound like how Elantris is described, right? Where you have the gangs and you have the circles,
Yeah,
and depending which way someone walks.
right? I don't know. Maybe that's something. I hadn't thought about that before.
Mm-hmm.
I think that could maybe be part of it.
I think so too.
Yeah. Ooh, exciting.
I think that's interesting.
Yeah. I think yeah. I like that.
Okay, great. Well, for our next time, I think what would be a good place for us to get to, because I've read way ahead. Let's see.
Yeah, it was hard to stop where I was because I was like, I want to know what happens next.
I know the book starts moving really, really fast now.
Yeah.
I think where I stopped reading would actually be a good spot,
Okay. Is that 48?
which is chapter 48. Yeah.
Excellent.
And that's about 50 pages.
Okay.
How many did we get through today? We got through
Not
like 5.
yeah, but we only had 3 chapters to talk about. We could have made this shorter, I think.
Yeah, probably. Well, that's going to be your job in post.
Oh my gosh, how do I cut quality?
All right, girly girl. Love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Bookalicious. If you like this discussion, please rate or subscribe to our channel to help other book lovers find this content as well. If you have any questions or suggestions for future books, we'd love to hear from you at bookalicious.pod@gmail.com.
As always, thanks for joining our club.